Hello, you amazing friends. Welcome to our live stream today, where we're going to talk about will AI make us lose our jobs and enslave us? And today, all the way from New York, we've got our great friend Ron Klink, who's a legendary Microsoft technologist and more. Ron Klink, how you doing, my friend? Can you see and hear me all right?
Yes. How about yourself, Ed? Can you see and hear me?
Really good, really good. And what's been happening, Ron? Have you been hitting the gym lately, doing some weights and that sort of thing?
Yes, most definitely. Most
Gotcha.
definitely, Ed.
And I heard that you've got apparently in New York, it's the worst blizzard ever, and all you guys are frozen. Is that true?
Yeah, we had a brief of a cold snap here for about a week now. But the heard on my local news here, the longest it has been was 15 days. This was back in before I was born. This was back in 1961.
There you go. There you go. So climate change is not real. Is that what we're saying? That's our official position.
No, it's definitely real. That I can attest to.
No, it's good to see you, and we've got a great topic. If you just come in, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment. If you're watching the recording, big thank you as well. We've got a great topic today where we're going to talk about will AI make us lose our jobs and enslave us? And I thought to set this one up, I used the Fallout Amazon Prime background because, of course, AI is going to take over, start a nuclear war, and you and I are going to become wastelanders. Is that right?
Probably. I've watched the Fallout series as well. It's a great show.
Yeah. So if AI does take over, I want to become the ghoul. That's for sure. I got to work on my one-liners and my cowboy persona.
That's good. Good.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and I'd love to get your thoughts here, Ron. And it's been interesting because you have people like Elon Musk, you have all these people coming out and saying, AI is going to change everything, and all your jobs going to be redundant. Elon Musk, as much as I love it, even came out and said, "Yeah, you don't need to pay superannuation won't matter soon." And I'm hearing all this stuff, and I don't know. I don't believe most of it. I hate to say, it reminds me of. I remember. I'm old enough to say. I remember in the '90s where they said global warming's really bad. We're all going to be underwater, and that was official government sources saying that too. And it feels like we're in that same position. What do you think, Ron? Am I just a right-wing nut job, or do you think there's some legitimacy here?
No, there is some truth to what you're saying, Ed. Elon Musk is a smart, great person, smart at what he does, business wise, and everything else. Builds great, innovative things and for technology and everything else.
Yeah, crazy man.
With AI, everybody you've been here, I lost my job to AI, or AI is going to take over our jobs and everything. Would it be here in the U.S. where I'm at, or in Australia where you are, or globally? It's not true. People have different speculations of it. There's pros and cons to everything with new technology, and AI is innovative, Ed, and I know you know that as well with Microsoft Copilot and everything else. How it's been innovative in different industries, from healthcare to financial to construction, stuff like that. It's come a long way since its infinity, and since other AI tools have come out, since ChatGPT was practically the first one.
It's interesting because again, this reminds me again of all the doom and gloom of global warming and rising sea levels in the '90s. We're getting that all again. You even had Kevin Costner's Waterworld come out, right? You had a lot of stuff at that time, right? And
Yes.
and going back to it, because I don't see anyone that I know personally that has lost their job due to AI. If I'm looking at it, people are using AI to enhance what they do. Now, some industries change. I get that, but I don't see the mass exodus and this huge unemployment queue due to AI. So is this just people beating it up? Is this just headline grabbing, just a normal muckraking, fear mongering we get from the media?
Yeah, definitely it is too, Ed. The way it's portrayed on social media, in the local news, that AI is this big behemoth monster that's going to take over everything, like we see in the movies from Terminator and all the other sci-fi science fiction.
Fallout as well. Fallout AI has a role in it.
Yes, definitely Fallout also as well. But I mean, to somewhat this is that the information artificial intelligence is coming to play and is good and is moving forward. There's no stopping it, but we can put guardrails up for it to prevent it from doing bad things. Like you've seen how now artificial intelligence have different scammers scamming people with voiceovers pretending to be their relatives or friends when they're in trouble. So these different type of scams was where AI is being used for the bad things. And some people, depending on the person's age, they do fall for it, and they move forward with it as well, and they lose out on sometimes their life savings. That's where artificial intelligence is the bad thing. But where the good part of it is, especially in healthcare ed, artificial intelligence has come a long way, helping people in the medical field, diagnosing, giving different analytics to and outcomes to different types of diseases, surgeries when needed, stuff like that is come a long way compared to where stuff would take months or if not years. Artificial intelligence doesn't in half that time, if not less.
Because and I'm showing my age here as well. And oh my God, we got a great friend of us. We got a great friend, Michael Janone, with us. Michelle, great to see you, my friend. Oh, great. I know one of my friends who's Italian, his name is Michael, and he's got the name with the same spelling, but it's Italian. So I meant Michelle, not Michael. So there you go. American English spelling, not Italian spelling. So Michelle, good to see you. Michelle's an old friend of ours. Top seeing you, Michelle. Make sure you connect with her. Yeah, it's interesting actually because I'm old enough to say this, right? I'm a lot older than I look, and this sounds like to me when the computer first came out. I was young enough to remember PCs or IBMs becoming mainstream on people's homes, and I remember hearing stuff like, computers are going to wipe out whole industries, people are going to lose their jobs, this and that, and far from it. It's, if anything, the more technology we have is the more productive we all become. Now, I'm not saying, of course, AI is going to shake up industries and change things, but I don't see it putting heaps of people out of work. I see it more changing the structure of the workforce and business. What do you think of that, Ron?
I agree with you on Ed, and especially when we, I'm gonna go back a couple of decades too, when it was 1999 and they were talking about Y2K compliance for computer hardware, and all the technology was all
planes were, the moment it turns 2000, planes are just going to crash and airports are going to, all that stuff. I'm going to watch what I say on the live stream.
Yes, all these things are going to happen to us. Everything's going to come crashing down, and computers are going to fail. The year 2000 struck, midnight, and nothing happened. We were still living. Nothing crashed. Nothing went kaputski. Yeah,
and I also remember as well. Although everyone was, and I remember that well. Right? I remember that well. I was in the Army AFP, the Australian Army Federal Police back in those days, and I remember it well. I remember that, in terms of the muckraking, like they were going to say, like nuclear warheads are going to go off in bases. Yep. You're going to have airline disasters. You're going to have it was all just crap. And people's life support's going to fail in hospitals. And I think it's a matter of staying based and keeping it real. I think it's very, very, very important. And, I say to anyone, if you are afraid of AI, you need to learn more about it and keep up to date with it. And this brings to the next question. What are the current trends with AI? What are some of the innovations coming out, and where do you see it all going, Ron?
That's a great question, Ed. So I see, all the new innovations that with artificial intelligence is coming out, especially on the large tech companies like Microsoft, Google, and other tech companies similar to them. It's changing the way AI is changing the way we do things now. How our business automation, going from, let's say, a manual process to automation, getting it done quicker, and everything. And the way how Microsoft is using with Copilot it's adapting to every single tech stack that Microsoft has in its ecosystem, as well as other tech firms as well. But just speaking about with Microsoft and how Copilot is interacting now with like note takers for when we're in meetings on video calls, how it's helping us draft and summarize emails, putting together formulas in Excel and stuff like that, where, okay, I have to go take a video and watch this and learn how to do certain calculations in Microsoft Excel, where you type certain prompts and commands into Copilot, it's going to come quicker and it's going to do it for you.
It's one thing that I've seen a huge difference actually is how search engine works. As I'm a Grok user, right? I use Elon Musk's Grok, which now is getting used. Apparently, it's creating more video on that than all the other platforms put together. It's even beating Sora now, which I'm really excited about being Team Elon, right? And Grok's amazing. And what I find is interesting is I don't do many Google searches anymore. So if someone asks me, I'll give you an interesting example. The other day, I had to travel. I live in Sydney. I live in the North Shore of Sydney, like the northern part of Sydney, about 4 miles away from the Sydney Harbour Bridge, north. And I had to go to the eastern suburbs, which is, it's like going across town. It's like getting across New York. Probably not as bad, but you're getting across a big city. And I had to go to a place which I've never actually been to. And I had to work out how to do it. And guess what I did? I didn't, and it was funny, without even thinking, I didn't Google it. I opened up Grok, I put it in there, and it gave me the most accurate essay on exactly how to travel from my house, which train to catch, where from, and basically how to change trains and get there. And what was fascinating about it is the directions that Grok gave me would be better than any guard I could ask. And it was also better than anything I could find online. So one thing I found that's fascinating is, and you would have heard too, Google search volumes collapsing because everyone's using AI. What are your thoughts on that one, Rob?
It is, each artificial intelligence tool like Grok and similar other ones like that are trying to be better than a competitor. Like you mentioned, like with Grok, how do I get from, like here in NYC where I'm at, how do I get from Times Square to the financial district, and for most of us here, we use Google Maps. I'm pretty sure you've used it as well as you travel around different parts of Australia there by you. But like you mentioned, now using Grok, how do I get from point A to point B? This is an amazing product. Why am I still going to use Google Maps now when Grok is going to send me exact same thing now, and it has better features and a lot of better things that instead of using Google Maps for now.
I even did an interesting one the other day. I used Grok and I was very impressed by it. I actually said to Grok, and it was, I might even publish the results in a LinkedIn article, but I said to Grok, hey, Grok, can you please do a search of all my LinkedIn posts and tell me what you honestly think of my brand and the values that it's getting? And I did deep think. So it took about 2-3 minutes and it really did a big detailed search. And it gave me the best essay and feedback on my personal brand. And it was so damn good. It even actually talked about different posts I did some time ago to justify its position. And what really blew me away with that is that, what would have taken us, guesswork or taken us ages, we can do it in just a few minutes. And this brings me to the next question that I've got here is, what industries the most do you see being changed by AI? Like for example, your local Subway, I don't see AI changing that much because it's still lunchtime. You still need a guy to make your sandwich, right? However, other industries, it's changing a lot. What's your take on the industries that are most prone to AI impacts?
Well, like I mentioned before, Ed, a lot of industries that are succeeding in with using AI, whichever tool they might be using, is the healthcare industry, especially here in the US. Diagnosing and different analytics, how it works, and from a medical point of view, that also in construction, also in real estate as well. So different industries, the ones I just mentioned, have been seeing great results from it. Now, everyone's opinion is different, of course, but this is from what I've been seeing and reading and speaking to people. But again, there's artificial intelligence is great, but we still need a human factor as well in there, because we use our brains for common sense, like I always mention to everyone. If we don't use our common sense, what good is it then? So there's still a human interaction needs to be done, because there's only a certain limit right now that AI can understand, and certain prompts that it understands. It can't do everything. It doesn't always have the right decision making. It'll give you a formula or template to go by, and then for you to modify it or change it in which best fits for yourself.
And this happened in America too, and this certainly happened in Australia. We had a bit of a ChatGPT medical scam, and I'll explain to you what happened. You know where I'm going, right? And this happened with, I understand, GPs in Australia and in the US as well, and also the UK too. But what happened is people will go see their local doctor, right? And by the way, I'm not RFK. I'm not a science denier, and I love doctors and all that. So I'm not going to go full RFK. I can't do his voice. Full RFK. I love RFK, by the way, but just to let you know. But I'm not going to go full RFK on you. But one thing that's interesting is that where the I suppose the big firestorm was that people were seeing their GPs, and GPs would have their monitor sort of facing away from people, and they'd ask people what their symptoms were, and the GPs are actually typing it into ChatGPT. So in other words, let's say I'm sitting here at my computer, patient in front of me, and I'm literally and I'm supposedly a doctor. Well, I guess I am. And I'm just literally taking details and symptoms, I'm pumping in the GPT, and I'm using that to give an answer. And I find that very, very, I find it interesting, but also find it very scary at the same time, because two questions come out of that is, if I'm going to go to a doctor and they're just going to use ChatGPT, why don't I just do it myself, which I'll come back to? And secondly, I suppose the positive of that is, isn't it a great thing that a doctor is using AI combined with their intelligence? What do you think of sort of both arguments there?
There's a split there, Ed. A lot of people have been using ChatGPT and similar tools like that for like I said, for diagnosing there's whether they're sick or something else. A lot of it, people have been using it also for mental health as well, which, okay, to a certain degree, it can help. Again, it gives you like a template, but the human interaction with actual qualified physician or mental health person who specializes in that area is a better equipped and can give you better responses, ask different questions to go deeper in. Where, okay, large language models using in AI, it can help, but it's not number one, it's not HIPAA compliant, to protect your medical information, personal information. So you're putting it out there, especially when you're out there using OpenAI now and all the other artificial intelligence tools. You're putting your personal self information out there, and especially your medical information. It's not HIPAA compliant. This is why you need to speak to a human person who's qualified in that area that you're seeking help in, whether it be mental health or an actual general practitioner in certain areas, or internship, stuff like that. So that's why I say AI is good for certain areas and bad for others.
Because an interesting one for me, and you would know this too. So for a lot of you out there, is my health sucked a bit about a year ago. Like, put on a lot of weight, just got a bit unhealthy, and also too, and physically and mentally, I slid a bit as well, maybe a year or two ago. And about a year ago, and credit to Lassie and Helen Bozon and yourself and a lot of your influencers, I've really, it's now the other way around. I'm now walking every day, go to the gym and all that. So my health is no longer in question when it was in question. And what was interesting through that period is I actually used a bit of Grok and Copilot, and I used that as my pseudo therapist to actually help me unpack what I was thinking. Now, a bit of trivia for you: I'm a master trained NLP practitioner, and I've been studying this type of thing for years. It was good. When I typed in some of my feelings into Grok to unpack it, and also and credit to Microsoft Copilot too, it gave me amazing answers. And I started thinking, and then I did a bit more searching on it. Apparently, a lot of people are now using AI as their therapist. So instead of going to a therapist and seeing it, people are now just using Copilot or Grok as their therapist. And I know it's not compliant, there's some issues there, but I'll tell you now, it was good. It gave some very, very accurate answers. And I think this is going to happen. I think you're going to, and also too, again, we're going to watch what we say in the live stream. Every time I open an app, I see an ad for an AI girlfriend come up on my phone. So
Yeah.
I cannot open anything, be it Facebook or my phone, without some bikini-clad AI girl telling me that she's my new AI girlfriend. What do you think of all that? I think it's quite scary, albeit amusing.
Yeah, so I'm going to speak to both of those two parts that you mentioned, Ed. AI is good for certain things. I'm glad Grok and Copilot helped you through the certain tough times. From getting your physical fitness back into play, your strength and your muscle growth is as well. I'm proud of you for doing that as well. And congrats to you as well. The other thing that AI won't do for you in that certain areas where human interaction will push you to all right, Ed, let's go. Come on, give me another 2 reps. Ed, give me put another 5 pounds on that barbell there. See, it won't push you like a human will, like a personal training will. This is where artificial intelligence.
It won't motivate you. It's not. AI is not going to empathize with you or motivate you.
Exactly. So this is where the human interaction is better than AI in this instance. So as well as using it for certain medical stuff, it only goes to a certain limit you should use it for. Seek professional help from a human who's expert in that area. But anyway, to the second part, so you're speaking with AI girlfriends. In this is a new trend now that's happening, especially within robots now that they're using law enforcement here for police here using robots, dog robots to go and sniff out for like certain dangerous areas. This way the humans don't get hurt and stuff like that. They're using drones and everything else like that for like fires and everything, stuff like that. But large robots now for human interactions now are being built. Okay. Yes. And in Southern California, there's a company building human and robot forms, making them look as real as possible, Ed. And dogs, they're renting for you in U.S. currency per day, $2,800. Okay, for fully human AI interaction would be male, female for that, and that's as well. Now for renting a dog robot, $500 U.S. currency per day. So this is the big thing now with Japan, China and also in Brazil now in South America. This is being implemented for better human interactions. Whether you may have lost a loved one, or you need more of a you're not getting along with certain people. Okay, there's certain interactions. This will help you. So, like I said, AI is here to stay. It's just going to get bigger, and we have to put certain guardrails up where we need this.
Yeah, and just on that note, a bit of cyberpunk art noir trivia for you. I love the film Blade Runner 2049 as a Blade Runner 2. You would have seen it for sure. Is that right, Ron?
Yeah, I've seen the coming attractions to it, Ed, and see the new version of it compared to when it was originally made. And there are certain comparisons where I like the original one better. Just my opinion here. Certain movies that they remake could be good, but when you go back to the original and compare it to the new one, for me, I like sometimes the original better than the new one.
Yeah, I agree. I think Star Wars and Star Trek need a hard look in the mirror. I couldn't agree with you more. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But Kathleen Kennedy and Disney is another conversation for another time, right? Another
Yeah.
conversation. What Kathleen Kennedy did to Disney and Star Wars, we'll talk about another time. But the thing I find interesting is I highly recommend. So it's Blade Runner 2049. It is the sequel to Blade Runner. I think it's a
Mhm.
great film. It didn't do that well in the box office like Blade Runner, but it has got its cult following. And
Mhm.
interestingly, one interesting concept in it is that the hero of it, Kay, has an AI girlfriend in it, played by the
Mhm.
legendary French actress. I can't remember her name. Anyway, she plays. I've got it right here. Anna de Armas. So the hero of it, played by Mr. Gosling, has an AI girlfriend in it. And what it explores in this film is what's real and what's not. So you've got the human replicants, or
Mhm.
which are like clones, and you have the AI converging all together. And one of the key themes of the film is what is real and what's not. Right.
Right.
And again, I don't want to sit here and start talking about, is AI conscious and that sort of thing. That's not where I'm going. But what I'm finding that's fascinating is that the line between what's real and what's AI is getting very, very close online. And you said it before with the scams that we're seeing and all the weird stuff and everything. It's sometimes I'll open up even LinkedIn and see some content that's actually AI and I'll think it's real. Where is this all going, Rob? So I think it's getting a little bit scary. We're getting very Blade Runner-y. We've got synths, we've got virtual girlfriends, we've got
Mhm.
scams. People are using AI as part of their lives. Where is this all heading up? Are we going to turn into cyberpunk Matrix style Morpheus characters who are really good at martial arts?
Yeah. Well, you know, as I mentioned, like with certain things, like with the movie Terminator, and
Mhm.
other futuristic films like that, that all these were in like the late 90s to going into the 2000s, all different versions of it, and
Mm,
we're now seeing it come true to a certain
mm,
to a in a different format, though, Ed. That robots are going to take over the world and everything else. No, we're seeing it more evolving in a smart way, but we have to, like I said before, we have to have the certain guardrails in place. This way, there's
mm,
certain security measures that someone can't hack into it and take over and do bad things with it.
mm,
For that, in that respect, uh, AI is, like I said, it's just going to get bigger. It's going to get better.
mm.
There's going to be more computer power needed for this. So this is why you see a lot of companies investing, especially here in the US, investing in AI data centers is the big thing
But
here.
on that, is there a RAM shortage right now? I keep hearing about a RAM shortage. Is that just fake news or is there something legit there?
I haven't heard anything about that, Ed. Maybe it could be like you said, fake news. For
Right.
me, I haven't heard nothing about it. But a lot of investors in U.S. companies and other tech companies have been investing in AI data centers here, especially here in the U.S.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
where they're going to need certain computer power, certain electrical power, and they're building these data centers in different parts of the U.S. For it. It wouldn't be constructible. It wouldn't be constructible here in NYC where I'm at. Too much of a metropolitan city like New York or San Francisco here in the U.S. Better in a like a desert type where there's not so much population and building skyscrapers and large buildings. So it's better format there in that sense.
Well, so I live fairly close to, I live within 4 or 5 miles of Sydney CBD. And
Mm-hmm.
interestingly, about 2 miles from where I live, they're actually building a data center. And there's actually a few around where I live. And they're always
Mm-hmm.
one of them actually is all black and red. It looks like the villain's headquarters out of Star Trek, or it looks like the Empire's lair out of like the original Star Wars. It's all like black and
Yeah.
red and looks. I know that they did it. They went full Blade Runner with it, and I commend them. By the way, I commend them. They went full
Yeah.
Empire Blade Runner with it. It's interesting because you're seeing such a huge change in industries. And the thing that I've been saying to a lot of people, bring it back to you and me and the people that we talk to every day and those watching, thank you for watching, is that I found on a personal level, AI's been fantastic. I
Yes.
use it for design, I use it for
Yeah.
ideas, I've used it to help
Yes.
analyze my own brand and everything. Bring it back to you and me
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of individuals watching. How can we better use AI on a personal level to enhance our lives? What are some of the top ideas on Ron Klink's mind?
So, definitely great question, Ed. Whether you're using it for personal, like you've been with using Grok and Copilot for your physical fitness, right? It helps you improve it, and you just testified to that and saying you're in better health now than you were a year ago or
Yeah,
a little bit
I
more than
lost
a
my
year
double
ago.
chin, as you can tell. No, I'm using single chin technology. I used to have like this big roll. I used to have this big roll of fat. Now I can't do it anymore. I just have one chin, which I'm really proud of.
Great, congrats to you again.
One
So,
chin, one chin.
using AI for personal use is great for like you for
Mm.
prime example yourself for physical fitness, for achieving different goals in that you want to look. Look, I want to apply for this next position. How can I go about doing this? I
Mm.
want to buy I want to buy a home. I want to hit $1 million within 6 months. How can I do this? What's the steps that I need to do this? For that. What's the best deals on electronics? And what
Yeah,
time should I buy it? And what part time of
yeah,
the year is good. So stuff like that. Personal note, AI is good using Copilot or whatever AI tool a person likes. From a business standpoint, Ed, from business perspective,
mm.
uh, a lot of people like Google's Gemini. Other people like Grok, such as yourself, which is a great tool. But a lot of I've seen from my own experience and my own knowledge and speaking to people that Microsoft Copilot has been the best
Mm.
as far as using in different types of event for like marketing, for analytics, for ease of use, as well as for different parts of if I'm gonna roll if I'm going I need if this is a 6-month project, I need to get my ducks in a row, dot the I's, cross the T's. All right,
Mm.
help me plan this out for a 6-month project. Give me the necessary items I need to implement this, and how when we're going to start. So, and what if we hit a monkey wrench that the plans change? So this is where AI can come into play from a business standpoint, and this is where Microsoft Copilot thrives. And plus the security level within the Microsoft ecosystem, what they call the tenant, your own Microsoft tenant. Okay, let's say within like Microsoft Teams or your Office 365 is better security than, let's say, other ones similar to Copilot. But Copilot is better security wise in that sense.
Mm. And also, Copilot's free as well, isn't it? It's just part of the Edge suite. Is that right?
Yes, it's free, as you see in the Edge browser. It's free. But there's also the paid version now, which
Mm.
it works more features, more robust features. So if you can get the paid version, both either for personal use
Mm.
or business use, please get it. It's worth its weight in gold, both from a personal level and business perspective,
Yeah.
for that. But everyone doesn't like Microsoft Copilot. That's fine. They use what they want. And some people use ChatGPT. They use either free or the paid version, depending on what they're using it for.
And just on that, like I'm team I'm team Microsoft and I'm team Elon Musk. They're my two. So Grok and Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't ChatGPT going broke or something like that? Like, I don't know if it's fake news. Every time, I know this is a bit of a detour from it. Well, actually, it is relevant. Every time I open the news, there's some crap about ChatGPT coming out. How true is it, and where is ChatGPT going? Like, are they going broke? Are they looking at getting acquired? Why have they got so much bad PR?
I'm not sure about that, Ed, but from what OpenAI using ChatGPT has become one of two $1 trillion companies. They've partnered with a lot of different tech corporations. They've partnered with Oracle, for I believe like $160 billion investment with partnership with each other between Oracle and OpenAI. So there's been, I haven't heard any type of bad PR with OpenAI. Maybe you've seen something that I haven't, but from my perspective, what I've been reading on LinkedIn and loving.
I've got it here. So what I did was, while you were talking, I opened up Copilot and I put it in there, and I've actually got the answer. Do you want to hear it according to Microsoft Copilot?
Sure, go ahead.
So no, ChatGPT isn't going broke, but they are burning cash like crazy, and their profitability is very questionable. That would make sense, actually, because, and also too, they've got and apparently they got a $134 billion lawsuit from Elon Musk. That would be a small problem. I wouldn't like Elon Musk suing me. That's probably why they get a lot of bad PR, because I can imagine, knowing Elon Musk would be using his platform to attack his political enemies. That would be a fair reaction, wouldn't it?
Probably so, but also we always have to fact check this information that AI is giving us. So just because it says this is what's happening to this person or this company, we always need to fact check it first to make sure it is correct from what they're telling us. So that's another thing that we need to do as well.
Yeah, gotcha. I got to say, this is really cool. Now, Ron, I got to say, I love your work, and and for those watching the live stream, big thank you. We're going to wrap up our discussion with legendary Ron Klink. Now, firstly, if you haven't already, please connect with Ron Klink, one of our great friends from New York. Ron, I just want to let you monologue. Are there any additional points? Anything you want to tell us? Please give us a right-wing style Fox News monologue as you tell us what's going to happen. And tell us how to think and why lefties are bad. So go for it.
Well, here's a breakdown, and I give it to you straight. This is my own opinion. Everyone's opinion is different. So,
But if you don't agree with Ron, it means you're completely wrong and a bad person. So I'm just doing Fox News. Like, if you don't agree with us, it means you're wrong and a bad person. So I'm just going full Fox News CNN here. Sorry.
That's okay. Ed. That's okay. So here's the breakdown. Okay, and everyone will take it with a grain of salt. Artificial intelligence isn't going nowhere. Artificial intelligence won't replace your job. It's what people need to understand. If they think they're going to replace their jobs, okay, you need to learn something. Learn about the job, whether you're doing customer service, whether you're maybe a truck driver or something else, a mechanic, whatever it is that you're doing you have to learn. We have to learn new technology. Old technology is good to a certain part. It's only going to take us so far. Okay. Now, again, as I always mention to you, Ed, and as always mentioned on my LinkedIn posts, using common sense here is better. Is better than AI. Okay. AI won't replace the human. Okay. Using common sense, people need to start to use that. A lot of people don't use that. And I'm always going to stipulate that in my posts and also when we have our LinkedIn live sessions, like I love doing with you, Ed, all the time. Try to stay up to date with technology. Even if you're not technology savvy, like me and you, Ed, we're technology savvy and more experienced. But for those who don't understand it, read it, do a little Google search, read a magazine on it, see what's going on. If you just want to read, if you don't like using the computer or mobile phones like me and you, Ed, just pick up a newspaper or stuff like that and read about what's going on in the world, as far as technology wise. But anyway, to wrap this up, Ed, and I love doing this with you as well, and want to do more with you also. And thank you for mentioning me here. People who want to connect with me on LinkedIn, reach out to me. Okay, send me a LinkedIn message. If you're gonna send me an invite, please put a personal note message in there with me and saying that, Ron, I love you. I love the work that you're doing. Let's see if we can work together in some form of fashion. And just be honest and upfront.
So it's Ron's only going to connect with you if you say that he's awesome in the connection request. Otherwise, if you don't say he's awesome, he won't connect with you. That's fair, actually. I'll give you that one. That's very fair. You have to say, to connect with me, you have to say that I'm awesome. That goes for me now too.
Exactly. But if send me a LinkedIn request. If you're already connected with me, send me a direct message on LinkedIn. Go to my website, ronklink.co, and check out my website information there as well. But Ed, it's been a pleasure being with you as always, Ed. Let's continue to give information out about different topics within technology. Again, love LinkedIn, love Microsoft. Both me and you do love their technology and their ecosystem. So thank you very much for your time, Ed, in doing this with me.
Pleasure. And just finishing our conversation, Fallout Prime Season 2, the last episode, I believe, is coming out this weekend. Are you looking forward to the last episode of Fallout Prime Season 2?
Actually, here in the US, it's already out here, Ed.
I've been screwed yet again. There we go. We're backwards down under. We're backwards down under. No, we haven't got anything. There you go. Actually, I better check it out. I'm on Prime, so I better check it out. So don't spoil it. I just hope the NCR just gets their win back again. But don't say anything. I just miss the NCR. We need the NCR back. All I want. But thank you, everyone. Thank you to Ron Klink. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you see something in the news, I know you agree with this, Ron. If you see something in the news or if AI tells you something, always double check. Is it important to maintain a critical mind these days?
Exactly. Always fact check what any type of artificial intelligence tools you're using, whether it be Copilot, ChatGPT, or whatever. Fact check it first and make sure it's truthful before putting it out there.
Yeah. Well said. Love your work, everyone. Thank you again, Ron. You are a top man. See you all soon. Stay awesome, friends. Big thank you. Stay awesome.